It's time.
All right. Hey, what's up, guys? So we're making our way through all of the competitors for the Deep Waters Invitational that's going on August 12th over in San Diego. I'm excited. I know you're excited. I can see you on the other side of the screen nodding your head and saying, Raph, I'm very excited. Well, guess what? Today, we right now are going to interview two of the participants. Now, here's the thing. They're teammates. They're friends in this interview. But come August 12th, they will be mortal enemies, and we'll talk to them a little bit about what that's going to feel like. But I want to welcome our guests. I'm going to, first of all, welcome Rita Gribben.
Hello.
And then I am also going to welcome Maxine Thylin.
In.
Yeah, I was trying it, and I still do. So how do you say it, Maxine? I'm sorry.
Thylin.
Thylin. Oh, okay. See, that actually sounds very pretty, so that is good. I just feel like, do most people massacre that?
Yeah, no. I get a lot of people saying like Thylin as if I'm like from Thailand or something. And then thigh, a lot of thighs.
That's
but,
where I was going with it. My English language says like thigh, like I think like Shakespeare thigh.
Yes.
Thy truth is self-evident. Anyway, let's
Well,
not
my
get
husband can't say it, so we're good. When people butcher it, it's okay.
Well, that's good. You know, this is so great that we get two friends to do this together. Like I said,
Yeah.
I want the two of you to be friendly. I want the people to know what it is they can expect from the both of you. But before we can get there, I want to know a little bit about your history. So I thought a fun way of doing this, because you guys are friends, is to have you describe each other's beginnings in jiu-jitsu. Now, mind you, I know you don't know everything about the other person. You only train together a ton. That's not a big deal. It's not indicative of your true friendship. But I want to know, if you don't know what it is, I encourage you to lie. So, Rita, we're going to start with you. Can you go ahead and describe a little bit of your good friend, Maxine?
Absolutely. So Maxine was a young girl in Sweden. There was a point in time eating chocolate all the time, and all of a sudden she found Japanese jiu-jitsu first and became like a solid representative in the Swedish Japanese jiu-jitsu scene. And from there, decided to try Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, came to California 5 years ago to do a Leticia Ribeiro training camp. And she met a little girl named Rita.
But you can't tell that part yet.
Oh, I can't tell that part.
I can tell that part. I have told my part.
Okay, so these stories will converge later.
Yes.
Anyway, yada, yada, yada. She became obsessed with Jiu-Jitsu. She is a world Jiu-Jitsu black belt champion. And she has the most beautiful long hair in the world that comes out when she is not training.
Question, does she have the most beautiful long hair in all of jiu-jitsu?
I would say so. If you ever hear that tale Rapunzel, it's about Maxine, Sweden. That's the jiu-jitsu version.
Maxine, can I ask you an important question? Because I don't have that long hair, and I never will. Does that become a grip for somebody? And does that ever become annoying?
Can I? Well, hell no. Well, so this is, I have a policy, and this is to all my opponents out there, including Rita. She knows this. I have a policy. If I see that a girl has really made an effort to put up her hair, like I do, like I make a braid with 2 knots, and then I make a knot on top with 2 like hair ties, right? So I really like take care of my hair and I get it out of the way, right? So sometimes it comes out, but most of the times it stays in my little knot on my head, right? If I fight someone who I've seen they've tried to put up their hair, I'm not going to grab your hair. I'm really going to be nice and just like avoid it. But if someone just leaves their hair out there, like they don't take care of it and it ends up in my face or whatever, like that, I will definitely use it as proof.
That's a good policy to know, especially now that we're announcing this, because I feel like this is fair warning to all of your competitors, because they better be watching this. So I'm glad you put everybody on Front Street with that. Okay.
Yes. And it's the same goes for them, if they
Absolutely.
think that my, braid and knot is not enough, then they are welcome to grab my hair. But I would say I put it up pretty legit.
I'm sure that you do. All right, now Maxine, I want to hear a little bit about our little Rita over here, because some people might even say her name's Rita. That might be weird. But tell me a little bit about her story, and where does it begin?
It begins in cold Canada. Ooh, Canada. And it was before Rita existed. There was just a little girl named Rita a little normal Rita, you know? And she had never trained jiu-jitsu in her life. And somehow she ended up at an academy with the amazing legend Leticia. And she didn't even have her gi for her first class. And then after that, she decided she wanted to start training, and she ended up with a lot of other people in Canada. And then, of course, you realize that Canada is as amazing as Canada is, that there's other places like California. And one day in April, March
2013.
March 2013, she walked into Jiu-Jitsu Foundation, actually.
Yes.
Wasn't even Gracie Southbay. It was right as our instructor, Leticia, she was about to open up this school. And we didn't have anywhere to train. And then at the same time, we both came from our respective countries here to train for Worlds.
Yeah.
And then we met each other, and we dreamed of the day that we would train together. We actually said after our first training, like, oh, imagine if we could train with each other every day.
How amazing it would be. Two little foreign girls just hoping to one day live in San Diego and train under Leticia.
Coming from the cold countries into the warmth of each other.
Yeah.
That's great. And it looks like that's turned into a very good friendship over here. I want to know, because so many people have such respect for Leticia, what is it like to train under her? Because her program is amazing, and she has a pretty consistent record of making people, pretty good.
Yes. I would say that training with Leticia is very challenging. It is very hard. You get pushed very hard, but there's also that level of understanding and love and warmth that I don't know. I haven't been to another place where it's the same kind of, like, you feel like you're getting the crap beaten out of you, but lovingly.
In a loving way, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember one day it was a Worlds camp, and I'd gone to every single training, and then I showed up for a Friday class, and then Letty was like, Maxine, what are you doing here? Go home. She's like, you trained too hard. You need to rest today. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was probably the only time she ever told me that. But it's still that level of being pushed really hard when you need to be pushed hard, but also
in a smart, loving way.
Yeah, and also like, okay, today, you need to, there's some understanding in it too.
Yeah, and I think one of the big differences too is coming from, gyms where it's mostly big guys, that made my jiu-jitsu art and style develop in a certain way, and I really appreciate all that. But then coming here and being immersed in like a ton of high-level brown and black belt women who are all my size, smaller or a little bit bigger, it blew my mind. It was crazy because you're the only high-level girl in your city or in the gym, and it's just training partners are few and far between. You just have to make do with what you get. But then here it's like, we'll spend an entire class just training with high-level women who are our size, and that makes a big difference, I think. I feel like I've gotten a lot better since moving here.
And women who knows what it's like competing at the highest level. Like Letty obviously really knows. I mean, and she's paved the way
just
for
9 world championships. I don't know. She's working on it.
Well, it's not even in the double digits, so like,
no,
whatever.
Yeah, right? Yeah, no, but it's really amazing because she knows what way to go, and she tells us what way to go, and then we just follow like little puppies.
She's had her black belt for 17 years, so it's really, you just trust what she says. You just listen to her.
And her being a woman also think helps a lot for us because, it's just different sometimes. Our, just strategy or sometimes your body or like how different. I think men's jiu-jitsu and women's jiu-jitsu is very similar, but there are some differences. Sure. I think, and I think just that that she knows that, and she lets us kind of have our own style, and she encourages us all to have our own styles. And then, so we have a lot of girls with different styles, which makes competition easier because it's not like we meet someone who does something that we've never seen before.
Right. And having a female owner, leader of the gym too, is just, it creates a nice atmosphere and everybody's really good friends. It's like low drama and we're just here to beat each other up and laugh about it. So.
Yes.
You guys should put that on a promotional poster somewhere. One of the things I want to know too is I asked everybody this, and I am always intrigued about this for jiu-jitsu practitioners. I always want to know, when was the moment that you knew that you were addicted to jiu-jitsu? Because it happens different times for different people, but did it happen early for you or did it happen later? I'll go ahead and start. Rita, where was yours?
Yeah, it was within the first 3 weeks. I've been addicted ever since. Yeah, I love it. That was like 10 years ago, and I was just addicted to it because I wanted to get as good as fast as possible and be that person who gets their black belt in 3 years, and just thought it was so cool. But then, as time goes on and you get more of a perspective and respect for the art and respect for the sport, it's like, it doesn't even matter when you get your black belt or how many competitions you win. It's like, I'm in it for life, man. It's like, I love it. Yeah, man.
Did you happen to know, was there a particular day though where you just came in, you were like, yeah, because some people can, you remember the exact date you came there. So it's not crazy to think that you might have a very specific moment.
But I just remember it was within the first couple weeks I was just hooked. And it was, I think, 3 weeks in where I did my first competition. So I think I just got hooked to the competitive aspect of it too. So, but what's kept me staying and what's kept me addicted is not necessarily the competition and the technique and all that. It just keeps giving back. Like, there's more and more and more to jiu-jitsu and more that you can appreciate about it the longer that you're in it. And it's what brought me to this life in California and like Maxine and all the great people I've met, you and all these opportunities. It's just, it's a great thing.
It's the first time I've ever been shouted out as a part of a reason why people are like, I stay in jiu-jitsu because you're around 2.5. I mean, all the other people way more, but like you, like a 1%, Maxine, same question to you. When did you know you were addicted?
So, as Rita said, I started with Japanese jiu-jitsu, and I was on the Swedish national junior team because I was still a junior. I was still a teenager. And I started doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu partly because it looked fun, but also to help my ground game in Japanese jiu-jitsu. And then I was preparing for junior worlds in Japanese jiu-jitsu, and I realized I wanted to do Brazilian jiu-jitsu more than I wanted to train for my worlds tournament. And then after that worlds tournament, I actually decided to retire in Japanese jiu-jitsu and just focus on Brazilian. And it was like that moment where I wasn't a high-level competitor yet in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and I was in Japanese jiu-jitsu. I had just won the junior worlds in Japanese, and then I just decided that I loved this more and I wanted to go for my passion. So it was like that, those couple months right before the worlds and then right after, where I was just like, okay, I have training tonight, but I want to do Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And when you're it's kind of like you're eating salad, but you want chocolate, and then all the time. It was pretty much that feeling every day. So that made me realize that I definitely found my real passion.
I didn't know you were Japanese jiu-jitsu too.
It's like old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no big deal. I just, I won a few things. It's not it's not about me. It's about us. Okay. I just find it so funny. So many athletes can relate to having that experience of doing something else and then finding this as that love that then takes over. So I think that's great. I want to move this conversation over to the Deep Waters Invitational that's going on again, August on 12th. Now, the thing I have to ask you guys is, why us? Why do our competition? I know it's cool to just get asked for these sort of things, but you guys do a number of competitions. I'm just curious as to, for both of you, why is it you wanted to do our competition?
I think, for a lot of reasons, I actually really like the fact that me and Rita are doing it together, even though we were probably going to fight each other. Yeah, no, I can't even pretend.
I'm going to grab her hair.
Dude, I will smack you.
The first bit of confrontation happened in the interview. We're just going to replay this the second something bad happens on the actual show.
Right? Kick in the face. No. No, but I really like that we're doing together. I find that I like how I get to fight people I haven't fought before, you know? I like getting that opportunity, and I like anything that really showcases jiu-jitsu, and I feel like this seems to be a tournament that really is about making a cool, fun event for jiu-jitsu, and any of that, I'm down for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just an honor to get invited to an 8-woman invitational,
Yeah.
you know, when they have so many people to pick from. And I like the submission-only format. Like, I really like not having to worry about points or positional control and just attack. And getting to do it with Maxine, and then just the cool event on the pier with music and fun and all your friends there. So, yeah, it sounds like it's going to be really cool. I'm really excited. And then there's a little bit of prize money too, right?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
we do like the prize money.
You know, we try to get back. We want competitors to get paid. And speaking of which, do you guys have sponsors that we can go ahead and shout out right now?
Yes, Atama for me. They sponsor me with gis and no gi apparel. You'll see me wearing like a really cool Atama rash guard.
Nice.
And I think they are amazing. So go check those.
Yeah, I got King's Kimonos, Farm Fresh Prep does my meal prep, Irva Biosciences, and
Mommy, Daddy.
Mom and Dad. Oh, Mom, my number one fan. And Iron Lion soap.
That was the good one. I like that you were searching the brain. You're like, uh-oh, I better get this. It's somewhere in this region. Iron Lion's out. I found it. I want to say this before we close on out. I want to remind people. Now, this is hard to do when both of you are on the line. I just want to remind people, when you are going to purchase tickets for this event, there is a drop-down menu where you can support your local fighter, a.k.a. the people on screen, okay? So it's not like, I feel like we're doing American Idol here. Press 1 for Rita. Press 2 for Maxine. No, on the drop-down menu, when you go to the Eventbrite, you're going to have the opportunity to go ahead and drop down if you want to support Rita, if you want to support Maxine. Maybe bring a friend so that way each of you can support one of them. And then they make a little bit of money off of that because we want to take care of the competitors. But more than that, we want people to show up so they can see their awesome jiu-jitsu. And more importantly than that, if you attend and participate and compete in the next day's San Diego Midway Open, admission to the Deep Waters Invitational is free. So you can go sign up for that at ussgl.com/register. You guys are looking like paid correspondents as you're both over there being like, that sounds like an efficient deal. So as we close up here, I want to ask you guys to end on this. I'm going to ask each of you right now to look into the camera and with your best-selling voice, look at the people and tell them what they can expect from you on August 12th at the Deep Waters Invitational.
Okay, you go first.
Oh, me first?
Yeah, you first.
Okay, you can expect a lot of action-packed, bendy, upside-down, weird, creative, entertaining, everything.
Everything. Damn. Okay. Damn. You guys heard her. No, but you can expect a lot of fun, a lot of hair, obviously, and you can expect a lot of really cool and nice submission-oriented jiu-jitsu.
Nice and respectable.
And respectable.
friendly.
And friendly. Very friendly. Well, you can expect a lot of hardcore, but loving submissions.
Yes.
Oh.
Leticia style.
Yes.
Hardcore but loving. I don't think I've ever heard it described as that. So credit to Leticia. If that's a thing, then you guys are like, oh, Letty says it all the time. No big deal, Raph. That's different. I want to thank, Hita. I want to thank Maxine. Thank you guys so much for taking out the time to talk with us. Again, if you guys want to see them, go over to ussgl.com where you can find out more information, where you can get tickets for the Deep Waters Invitational, or if you're so inclined, you can compete the next day at our August 13th Invitational, in which you will have free access to seeing them compete and coming down for a good time. It's going to be an awesome extravaganza weekend full of grappling. Thank you guys so much for taking out your time. I know you're going to get back to training, and is it going to be a little intense the way you guys train for the next few days? Like, is it going to be, like, are you guys looking at each other's game and being like, oh, you're inverting today? Interesting.
I am.
No, she is, but that's okay, because I'm cool. I'm always cool.
I love it. Well, thank you guys very much for your time. We look forward to seeing you on August 12th.
Thanks, Raph.
Bye.
Good work out there, guys. That's the hardest I've worked yet in a competition class.
Guys, you know what would be insane? If someone made a tournament outside on the ocean.
What? And what if it had like a party vibe? Like a DJ, some acai, maybe some cocktails? What?
It would have to be on the ocean by an aircraft carrier.
What? Eric, nobody would ever do that.
Of course they would.
No, they wouldn't. Nobody would ever make that kind of a tournament.
That is a pretty crazy idea.
I don't think so, man.
Eric, you have terrible ideas.